So, again, how do you feel about how Pruitt handled the Jeremy Banks situation? Here's the audio released by the Knox News Sentinel from the UTPD, and this is Jeremy Pruitt discussing with an officer about Jeremy Banks.
Warrant for his arrest.
This is the silliest shit I've ever seen in my life. I got it. I understand. I've worked at 4 places. They never had no crap like this except for here.
So there's Pruitt again. I'll play it one more time, and apologies for the language, but it's better uncensored. Here's Pruitt one more time.
Warrant for his arrest.
This is the silliest shit I've ever seen in my life. I got it. I understand. I've worked at 4 places. They never had no crap like this except for here.
So there's just a portion of that audio from Jeremy Pruitt's conversation. Now, he went on and said to the cops, go ahead, do your civic duty, man, as Pruitt said later in the conversation. So basically, Pruitt was asking the officer, why did Jeremy Banks have to get arrested? And he followed up with, is it just because of a warrant? And then that's where you hear that this is the silliest crap in my life. I've been at Florida State, I've been at Georgia, I've been in Alabama, and Tennessee is the only place where this crap has happened. There's Pruitt. What's your initial reaction there, Mike?
My initial reaction is, listen, you are not in a position to be dismissing anything as silly when it comes to the discipline of your football team. I understand that the significance of what Jeremy Banks was arrested for is not that deep, as a lot of you guys are pointing out in the comments on Facebook Live and on Periscope. I get that. It's not the thing that he got arrested for that has me fired up. It's the behavior that he displayed after he was confronted by the police, and it is the dismissiveness with which Jeremy Pruitt is speaking to the officers. This is yet another bad reflection on Jeremy Pruitt's ability to handle all of the things that come with being a head coach in college football. You do not have the luxury of being able to let little things like this go. And maybe they do let little things like this go at Florida State and at Georgia and at Alabama or whatever the case may be. Monsoon says, damn, UT just can't catch a break. No, they do this to themselves.
So let me take this further, because Samantha says Banks shouldn't have done what he did, but I can't believe they're arresting people over a ticket. It's not that the fact that they're arresting people over a ticket, they're arresting Jeremy Banks over an unpaid ticket and failure to appear in court. That's what happens when you have a court date and you don't show up and you haven't paid your ticket and your fine. Then you have a warrant for your arrest so they can get their money, and so you show up in court. That's the point. And so Jeremy Banks also, earlier in the conversation, Pruitt said to Banks, I thought you paid that ticket.
Right.
I thought you paid this, man. And so you might take it, and a lot of people take Pruitt's comments, and I'll play it one more time. A lot of people take Pruitt's comments, like Buck just mentioned, that Jeremy Pruitt is acting dismissive toward the cop. Here it is one more time. I'll tell you another way to look at it.
Warrant for his arrest.
This is the silliest shit I've ever seen in my life. I got it. I understand. I've worked at 4 places. They never had no crap like this except for here.
So, to me, Jeremy Pruitt is talking to an officer, and I feel like with the tone of his voice when he says, I understand, I got it, Jeremy Pruitt obviously frustrated. He's 1-3 at this point. They weren't yet 1-3. They might have been 0-2.
They're going to end up 1-6.
I think they were 0-2 at this point. This is before the win over Chattanooga. But he's frustrated with his player, and Jeremy Pruitt is talking to a police officer, another adult, and I think Jeremy Pruitt is expressing his frustration with the player to the police officer. I don't view this because of the follow-up comment of go ahead, do your civic duty, man. And because of that follow-up, I think and Donald says he's not dismissive, he seems more annoyed. I think he's annoyed at Banks for being an idiot and not handling his duty. And he's just saying to the officer, I get it. This is the silliest crap I've seen because my player's being an idiot. And that's how I took it initially. I don't know. I can see it both ways.